Morning, everyone. It's always wonderful when technology cooperates on a Wednesday. Good morning to everybody on YouTube. And a good morning to everybody on Cold Calm via the link. Just going to have a sip of my tea. I was in the gym this morning. I'm so tired. My vocal cords are even tired. Like, no, we're not working. Oh, I'm fine. Fine. Okie dokie. Good morning. Luke is here. Everyone's here. Good morning, good morning, good morning. We're getting there, Ross. One step at a time. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Morning, everyone. Morning to everyone via the Zoom link. Hello, Call to Calmers, and morning to everyone over on YouTube. Trust that you can hear me and see me okay. It's a joy to be with you all. Absolute joy. Good morning, everybody. So, really interesting state of affairs over here. Really interesting. We're just having one powerful week after another, and we are on the verge of being able to fully embody this natural state of ours that we cannot articulate, that's beyond words. And we're moving ever closer to being able to come back to that state over and over again through the midst of our day. And so we are actually somewhat ironically eradicating the need for a formal meditation practice. And we are indeed discovering the broader promise of meditation itself, which is that it is actually just a lived experience, that your lived experience is meditation. In and amongst all of that, people are beginning to experience some pretty interesting phenomenon as a result of coming back to their natural state and who they are. And of course, in that natural state, because inherently there's a certain sense of harmony that's present in you, you begin to then have that harmony be restored at the level of emotions, the mind, the body, etc. And so everything that you were trying to accomplish through fixing, healing, changing, and improving yourself, they're just further emboldened or bolstered in place this created self, this fear-based survival self, the one that you needed to be in order to fit in and belong, this loving manifestation of you, which is the truth of you, you're all love, naturally and spontaneously begins to unfold all of that on your behalf. So take some breaths, everyone. Good morning. And just allow your entire physical body to relax. And just becoming aware of your every inhalation and exhalation. And you let me know when you start to feel a shift in your experience. Now, to be clear, you're just relaxing into your natural state, which is beyond description. It's beyond words. You can experience it. You can feel it. To be human is to have the experience of the infinite. Or it's an avenue through which you can experience your infinity. The only problem is that there is no language, there is no verbiage, there is no narrative, there are no words that can accurately encapsulate what it is that you're experiencing. Last night we had a very interesting interaction and impact in the accountability call. And it was nice to finally let all of you know that you've been gaslighting me since the moment you met me. You've been making me question my sanity. And on some days, you've even made me feel like I need to go in for a mental health evaluation. And of course, it's you, it's not me. I'm very clear about who we all are. And how you've been gaslighting and why you've been gaslighting me is because every morning I'll show up and say, you don't have to be fixed, you don't have to be healed, you don't have to be changed, you don't have to be improved. Indeed, you are a divine being. You're this infinite consciousness, this light and love and this presence, all these signposts that I can use that give you an entry point into something else. And you'll show up and go, but what about my emotions? Panache Desai? What about my emotions? What about my feelings? What about my thoughts? What about my beliefs? What about these habits, patterns, and behaviors? And thank God, I know who I am and I know who you are. Thank God. Thank God that I'm unwavering. Because you see, the felt experience of you is very different than the version of yourself that you've been trying to sell to everyone in your life. You're one heck of a salesperson, but it just doesn't work on me. And it doesn't work on me because I know who you are. I experience you as this amazing being. As this amazing being. As this amazing being. And so, after a while, you have to realize, well, hang on a minute. Maybe I need to be done gaslighting Panache Desai. Because maybe gaslighting Panache Desai is actually just gaslighting myself. And maybe I need to begin to recognize that I'm having a bit of a conditional relationship with myself. And that conditional relationship may not entirely be all my fault. It's because that's what people have conditioned me to believe is necessary. That's the framework that I've been programmed into adhering to. So every morning I show up with an unconditional invitation into the truth of who you are. And somehow, because you still have conditions around it, or some residual feelings of guilt or shame, you just have to continue to gaslight me. And I just find this 100% offensive. I've had it with your gaslighting. I have. This relationship is not working for me. I'm tired of telling you the truth about you and then having you bold-faced just lie or obfuscate the truth in front of my face, in front of my very eyes, expecting me to just accept it every day. And then, lo and behold, like clockwork, I'm here again the next morning. You don't have to be fixed. You don't have to be healed. You don't have to be changed. You don't have to be improved. There's nothing wrong with you. See? And why don't you have to engage in any of those things? Because every time you engage in any of those things, you just further energize the part of you that's the illusion of you. Leave me a 1 or a yes in the chat on YouTube and via the Zoom link if you are aware of the fact that you've been gaslighting me every day. You scoundrels, I love you, you rapscallions. Come on. Every morning I show up, I'm like, you're a divine being. You're transcendent. You're amazing. You're fantastic. You're pure love. Right? Make me question my sanity and my grip on reality. Not today. Not today, Call to Karmas. Not today. I am 100% clear about the fact that you're an amazing being. And I'm 100% clear about the fact that the felt experience of you is different than the verbal presentation of you. Right? The felt experience of you. Because when I'm with all of you, I experience the part of you that's beyond words, that's beyond language. The truth of you. The infinite part of you. Right? The part that we can experience, the part that we can feel. That's the part that's real. All of this other stuff is just all of the stuff that you keep participating in. And it's so funny how every morning, okay, have I ever asked you to do anything? Have I ever needed anything from you? Have I said to you, well, blimey, well, I don't know. You're going to have to sign up for like 50 bajillion programs because otherwise you're just not going to make it for you're not going to make it this lifetime. Come on. Like, completely unconditional framework. Nothing required, nothing missing, and yet there's an inability to receive the simplicity and to receive the totality of it. Why? Because you keep having a conditional relationship with the truth. So I am a victim of all of your past failed guru relationships. Or your bad breakups. all your past failed guru healer relationships, I end up having to, I inherit them. That's what you get for cheating on me. That's what you get, man. But you always end up back here. You always come home. See? So then I have to bear the brunt of all your failed guru, spiritual teacher, healer relationships. And then we have to sort it all out. And the reason why all these guru, healer, spiritual teacher failed relationships, therapist relationships, end the way they do is because they all have conditions. You have to meditate. You have to meditate for 6 hours. You have to breathe through one nostril on Monday, breathe through the other nostril on Tuesday, breathe through the other nostril on Wednesday. Don't breathe through both. You have to get a crystal in the full moon. You have to clench your butt cheeks, shoot your sexual energy up to your brain. Damn it. No wonder it didn't work out. So then you end up in the last restaurant at the end of the universe with me. And then you still try and gaslight me. Even though every day you show up, and you're not showing up because of what I'm saying, you're showing up because when you're here, you actually get to experience the totality of yourself. You actually get to feel the truth of yourself. And you feel the truth of yourself. You order a milkshake, you get a milkshake, and then you're upset about the fact that you got a milkshake. Hello, beloved. This relationship is not working for me. Thank God I don't have any attachment or any outcome to all of this. And this is where the commitment, the consistency, and the repetition comes in. Because at first when I say these things to you, because of all your failed guru relationships and spiritual teacher relationships and spiritual author relationships and law of attraction relationships and every other relationship that you've had that disintegrated because you couldn't live up to somebody else's conditions, all these conditional lovers that you were cheating on me with, you always end up back here. But then then you have to have the commitment to being here. Why? So that then you can begin to once again embrace this unconditional framework. Leave me a 1 or yes in the chat if you're feeling slightly embarrassed today, a little bit blushed. Yeah, a little bit flustered, because you know I'm talking to you. Goddamn, treat me like a spiritual side chick. Goddamn burner phones, burner YouTube accounts. I see you. Don't think I don't know what's going on over there. Somebody actually yesterday confessed to watching The Secret over the weekend. A part of me died inside. Just part of me just like, you did what? God damn it, not only did you cheat on me, you cheated on me with the goddamn Secret. Hello, you went all the way back into the archives for that one. Hello? So, yours truly, every day, shows up. Hi, you're divine. Yeah. And then they added insult to injury by saying, but I only watched it once. Only watched it once. Hello? Thank you. Once was enough. Okay, so I am not responsible for all your failed guru relationships. I'm not responsible for all your failed author relationships. I'm not responsible for all your failed spiritual teacher relationships. I'm not responsible for all your failed healer relationships. I'm not responsible for your past, for your relationships. I'm not. All I can do every day is show up and keep presenting you with an unconditional framework for the truth. Why? So that one day you'll finally realize that there are no conditions. That the universe is not having a conditional relationship with you. That life is not having a conditional relationship with you. I'm not having a conditional relationship with you. That nothing that is aware of itself needs anything from you. At some point you have to get to a place where you realize that you are still holding on to these conditions from these failed guru relationships, from these failed spiritual teacher relationships, from these failed psychic, mystic, channeler relationships. You're still holding on to all that stuff. And then you bring all of that baggage, all of that history, your trunks full of stuff, to me. And I just show up every day and tell you, excuse me, yeah, you're still divine. Yep, still a divine being. Yep, still pure love. Sorry, nothing's changed. You still don't need to fix, heal, change, and improve yourself. You're still wonderful. You're adorable. You're pure love. Every day. Every day like clockwork. Every day. But because you're still living in these conditional, inherited frameworks from all these failed gurus, spiritual teacher, priest, prophet, mystic, messiah, channeled so-and-so, whatever relationship, you can't hear me. Leave me a 1RS in the chat if you're picking up what I'm putting down today. And can you see that some of you may have some of this conditional stuff going on from other places that you're just letting get in the way of my ability to love you? What did I do? Why am I suffering because of all these failed guru, teacher, mystic, healer relationships, channeler relationships? What did I do? I didn't do anything. I'm just a cute, adorable, chubby Indian guy who shows up via a Zoom link every day, and today YouTube, and reminds you of the truth of who you are, man. Oh, come on. Excuse me. So every morning, you're pure love. You're amazing. And it would be one thing if I was just saying it. But let's just be honest here. How many of you, be honest, how many of you actually experience it when you're with me? It's not that I'm just saying it. I'm not just saying it, but you actually experience it. So not only am I saying it, and not only are you experiencing it, but then you're still having a conditional relationship with it. Right? So this is where the commitment, the consistency, and the repetition comes in. Because you don't believe me. You don't believe me. And even though you experience it, you don't know what to do with it. You don't believe me. But after a while, all of a sudden, you unwind all of that conditioning that you receive from all of those other gurus and teachers and healers and channels and mystics and authors and whatever they were, vibrational people. And then you finally come to your senses. And then one day you're like, whoa, wait a minute. No, he's actually right. I don't have to participate in these emotions. I don't have to participate in these feelings. I don't have to participate in these thoughts and these beliefs. I don't have to participate in these habits, these patterns and behaviors. Because who I really am is beyond words, beyond language. When I access the truth of myself, I can't describe it. I can't describe it. And so, literally, you are all making it harder than it needs to be. You are. And you're making it harder because people told you that it was hard. Okay. Is it hard for a zebra or a zebra to be a zebra or a zebra? Is it? I'm just wondering. Is it hard? Is it hard for an ant to be an ant? Is it hard for an elephant to be an elephant? Is it hard for a monkey to be a monkey? Is it hard for the sun to be the sun? Does the moon have an existential crisis because it has to rise every night? Is anything in nature challenged? How come? Well, because isn't everything in nature just being the way that it is? Aren't you just the way that you are? And if you were supposed to be another way, wouldn't you? So of course you're going to fail the guru test, the spiritual author test, the healer test, the vibrational test. Don't think. Whatever you do, don't think. You're going to spin the universe into a state of calamity. Don't change your vibration. You're going to lead to the destruction of the planet. You're going to remember Atlantis. Don't ever forget Atlantis. Don't you ever forget Atlantis. See, that's what they do to you. Scare the living daylights out of you. And then when you meet me, you know, the last bagel stand in the universe, the last shawarma stand, the last falafel spot, you know, you don't know what to do. Well, how about There's nothing that you have to do. Don't you think that if I needed you to do something in order to experience who you are, I would? You don't think I could have you standing on one leg on Wednesdays? Or like breathing through one nostril on a Monday and the other nostril on a Friday? I mean, if this was necessary, don't you think I'd be sharing this stuff with you? So don't you know me well enough to know now that the fact that I'm not sharing this stuff with you means that you just look ridiculous while you're doing it and it's not necessary at all? At some point, you adorable, sweet, loving human being, you're going to stop having a conditional relationship with yourself. And on that day, my relationship with you is going to perfectly make sense. It's going to perfectly make sense. Until then, it's not. Because everyone's always expected something of you. Everyone's always needed something of you. Everyone's always put requirements on you. Requirements on enlightenment. Requirements on oneness. Requirements on vibration. Expectations around life and living and outcomes. I don't. There's nothing wrong with you. To say there's something wrong with you is to imply that God doesn't know what God's doing. Hello? How could there be anything wrong with you? How could there be anything wrong with anything that you've gone through? Didn't you come here to have an experience? Didn't you come here to be human? And haven't all of these human experiences just empowered you to be able to relate to others and have compassion for others? So then at some point, when are you going to stop gaslighting me and finally realize that there's a reason why you're clicking on that link every day, and maybe, just maybe, I'm talking to you. And the only reason why I show up here every morning is because I love you and I'm grateful for you, and you deserve to live the most amazing version of yourself that you ever could. Why else would anyone else show up every morning for 1,427 days just to be gaslit or to be met with a whole bunch of conditions from people that weren't real, that aren't real? So, you're going to make me a promise today. I don't care who the guru was, who the healer was, who the channel was, who the mystic was, what they said to you, what they made you do. You take all of that conditional relationship and you apply it to everything else in your life, but don't bring it here to me. Don't bring it here to me. You want to have a conditional relationship? Fine. Have that everywhere else in your life. But don't have that with God. Don't have that with your soul. Don't have that with your being. And don't have it with people who love you. Don't. Don't. It takes time, sadly, for you to unwind all of this conditioning. And it's taking you time, so one day it won't take people time at all. It's taking you time so that one day it won't take people time at all. They'll just instantaneously go into it. But at some point, you have to realize that there are no conditions. God doesn't need anything from you. Love doesn't want anything from you. The universe doesn't need anything from you. It's time for you to be all that you are. Right? It's time for you to be all that you are. So, do me a favor. I don't care what you participate in, but do it knowing that it's not necessary. Keep your practices. Keep all of the stuff that you're doing, but just know that you don't need to do it in order to be who you are. Some of you like standing on one leg on Wednesdays. One leg Wednesdays is a trend. It's trending on X right now. One leg Wednesdays. Some of you like breathing through one nostril on a Monday, one nostril on a Tuesday, one nostril on a Friday, one nostril on a Thursday. Keep it. What do I care? It's your life. Mazel tov. Be happy. Go Meshuggah. Yeah. But for those of you that are just ready to just receive, just receive. Just receive. And if you need to make it harder, like some of you, if you need to make it harder, feel free to make it harder. But just recognize that it's not hard at all. Life is not having a conditional relationship with you. Creation is not having a conditional relationship with you. And people who love themselves love you. They're not having a conditional relationship with you either. They just love you. Why do they love you? Because they love themselves. What else are they going to do? They have to love you. They have to love everything. Because now they know that love is the only thing that's real. The part of them that they can't describe, the part of them that's, beyond a story, the part of them that's beyond emotion, beyond feeling, that's the part that's real. So the thing that's really shifted here for people is commitment, consistency and repetition. And that's not a requirement. That's not an expectation. I'm not asking you for that. People naturally find a commitment and they find a consistency and they find a repetition because they actually ordered a milkshake and they got a milkshake. You asked for oneness and you get oneness. You asked for freedom, well, you get freedom. You asked to have an intimate relationship with your true self and you have one. So if you don't mind, can we please refrain from gaslighting me from now on? And every time I say to you that you don't have to be fixed, healed, changed, or improved, or that you're a divine being, or that you're one with everything, how about you just take a breath? Just entertain that possibility for a moment. Wow, he's persistent. He really does share that with me every day. And not only does he share it with me through some amazingly witty genius monologue, but then he also allows me to have a direct experience of it through the meditation. And maybe what you're having a direct experience of is who you really are, beloved, who you really are. I love you all. Now, for the love of God, let me love you. I wish I had somebody going live every day who could support me through what I was going through and who would show up every day and guide me through all this stuff when I was going through it. I didn't have that. Nobody knew what Zoom was when I was going through all this stuff. So for the love of God, let me love you. That's it. That's my message today. And if you want to have a conditional relationship, fine. Have a conditional relationship with everything else. But please, don't have a conditional relationship with God. Don't have a conditional relationship with your soul. Don't have a conditional relationship with your being. Don't have a conditional relationship with love. And please don't have a conditional relationship with me. Thank you. This public service announcement was sponsored by badgurubreakups.com. Bad Guru Breakups, the one-stop solution for unwinding your conditional relationship with the infinite self that always dwelled within you, that you were projecting onto others. Now, back to our regular scheduled programming. Laurel. Stop typing. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. See what you did there, Laurel, with the gas and the light. It's beautiful. All right, close your eyes and step away from the keyboards. Hi to everyone who's here for the first time, by the way. I just love you. The end. Good morning, sweet friends, and welcome to another Call to Calm meditation. This relationship is not working for me. Sick and tired of you gaslighting me. Every morning I'm showing up with an unconditional framework for all of you, for you to experience the totality of who you are. But lo and behold, you just keep bringing all of your conditions to the party. And I've figured it out. It's because some of you have just had some bad guru breakups, some bad spiritual teacher breakups, some bad spiritual author breakups. You've had some bad healer breakups, bad manifestation coach, life coach breakups, bad psychotherapist breakups, bad shaman breakups. And you're bringing all of the conditions and expectations and requirements that they placed on you into your relationship with me. I deserve better. I deserve better. I deserve the best of you. And it's not fair that I continue to have to deal with all of this stuff that has nothing to do with me, that you empowered and that you believed and that brought you nothing but suffering in the first place. Tired of being your spiritual side chick, man. Tired. It's hard out here in these streets. Either make me your main squeeze or break up with me. Close your eyes, you beautiful humans. Open your palms and take some long, deep cleansing breaths. Resting in the awareness of your breath transforms your life into a living meditation. Becoming aware of your every inhalation and exhalation. This morning, becoming aware of the presence of the divine all around you and within you. This infinite power that's beyond description, it doesn't want anything from you. It doesn't need anything from you. It's not asking you to do anything. Because it's who you really are. It's your natural state. Just allowing yourself with every breath to begin to be freed of all of the conditions, the requirements, and the expectations that everyone throughout the course of your spiritual journey superimposed onto you. And just allowing yourself to recognize, maybe for the first time ever, that you beautiful, sweet human being, have been having a conditional relationship with yourself. You beautiful, adorable human being, have been having a conditional relationship with the truth of who you are. Allowing every requirement, every expectation, and every condition to fall away. And instead, relaxing into the truth that you are always connected. That you are always connected. Today, I give myself permission to allow oneness to be easy. I give myself permission to allow my spiritual evolution to be graceful and simple. The divine wraps its loving arms around you and just holds you close to its heart. And every past relationship with every guru, author, spiritual teacher, healer, life coach, manifestation coach, law of attraction expert, relationship coach, how to 10x your business coach, peak performance trainer, and every other person who had some expectation or some outcome in mind that they projected onto you. All of those relationships dissolving. And resting in this loving embrace of the beloved. I'm no longer going to have a conditional relationship with God. I'm no longer going to have a conditional relationship with my own soul, my own being. I'm no longer going to have a conditional relationship with life. And from this moment forth, I'm absolutely not going to deny myself my natural state, who I really am, why I'm really here. I am loved. I am held. And I am enough. I'm loved. I'm held. And I am more than enough. Settling into the truth. I am loved. I am held. I'm enough. Next thing you know, a set of divorce papers appear in front of you. Except these aren't divorce papers related to relationships. You're divorcing all your gurus and teachers. And they get to keep all of their practices and the divorce and conditions. You get your sovereignty back. And one by one, you just see name after name after name. And you just sign your name underneath the divorce proceedings. As soon as you do, they get all of their practices, all of their conditions, all of their expectations, all of their projections back. And you regain your sovereignty and your power. And there are some names that you're aware of that you consciously projected onto and you surrendered yourself to in the hope that you would gain some liberation. And then there are others that are more subtle, ideas, belief systems, ways that your perception has been programmed that you weren't aware of. But anywhere where anyone ever put a requirement on you in order for you to be the love that you are, well, they're being served today. And they get 100% of all of the expectations and all of the conditions and all of the requirements, the need for things that they superimposed on your perfect, brilliant selves. All the mantras being returned to them, the need to meditate for 8 hours a day being returned to them, all of the conditions being returned to them, all of this stuff being returned to where it belongs. reclaiming your sovereignty, allowing it to be simple, reuniting with your power. I am loved. I am held. I'm more than enough. I am loved. I am held. I am more than enough. My breath is the only thing that I need. And to be aware of it provides me access to a part of myself that I cannot describe. The truth of myself that's beyond words. My breath is all that I need. My breath. Yay. Just take some breaths and just notice how you feel post spiritual divorce. How is the newly single you? Spiritually sovereign you? Let me know in the chat. Let me know on YouTube. Yeah. For some reason, human beings have introduced layers of complexity where there are none. All these expectations, all these requirements, well, they came from people who didn't really know themselves. Because anyone who really knows themselves and who's connected to the truth of who they really are absolutely does not need anything from you. So now maybe we can stop gaslighting me. And now maybe you can just allow yourself to have an unconditional relationship with who you really are. Because the truth is, you've been doing all of these stuff for all these years, and it's just become another source of insecurity and suffering for you. Because no matter how hard you try, you can never do it right anyway. And the lie is, and the illusion is, that you had to do something in the first place. I will tell you that the commitment, the consistency, and the repetition is the one thing that makes the biggest difference here. Literally, like if this was a one and done call to calm, I don't think that it would have made the impact that it could have made. It's literally taken me showing up here every day for 1,427 days to be with all you, rescue spiritual humans. Love you. Come on, it's safe. I'm a good human. Love you. Come on, love you. I love you. Or you rescue spiritual humans. It's taken 1,427 days for you to finally start to trust yourselves. So I can tell you that the commitment, the consistency, and the repetition makes the biggest difference. That's why I'm here every day. That's why I'm here every day. So, and again, listen, control freaks, you can have a conditional relationship in every other area of your life. Please don't have it with God. Please don't have it with your soul. Please don't have it with the infinite love that you are. Go be conditional everywhere else. But in this one area, don't be. Don't be. Try it. Try it. Okay? And for the love of God, please let me love you. And every now and again, you have to go back and watch The Secret, just to realize how good you have it now with me. Fine. As long as you only watch it once. Fine. Fine. Only as long as it's once. Okay? Hello? Fine. Leave me a one-ear in the chat if you're picking up what I'm putting down today. Good. Because you deserve everything in this life. You deserve everything in this life, you beautiful humans. You really do. You deserve everything in this life. You're amazing, adorable people. You deserve everything in this life. Why would creation deny you anything? So just imagine what happens when you actually stop having a conditional relationship with yourself. And I get it. At first, it's weird. Because no one's ever just told you the truth and shown up every day. So I get it. It's weird. But after a while, it's like, well, he's still here. He's still showing up. The message hasn't changed. He just finds a new way to share the same message every day. Call to Calm is still free. Meditations are still free. Don't have to go to any other thing. There's an invitation, but I don't have to do anything. I don't know. So, sending you all a big hug from me today. Just a reminder, there is a group alignment session. If you're grateful or would just love to go deeper into this, just further divorce some more gurus, spiritual teachers, healers, authors, law of attraction coaches, anyone else, let me know. Or if you're just ready to have an unconditional relationship with yourself, if it works out for you, come. I know that it doesn't for everybody. If it does for you, I'll see you there. Also, tonight we've got the final installment of the Impact Mastermind. Super excited about that. And you guessed it. We're going to unwind all of these conditions from all of your bad spiritual guru breakups, spiritual teacher breakups, healer breakups. All of these things that you've bought into, that you believe that you have to do every day, that you never had to do. Why? Well, because at what point did you stop being connected? At what point did God stop loving you? At what point did life stop giving to you? At what point did you stop being a part of nature? So thank you for your commitment. Thank you for your consistency. And thank you for your repetition. And thanks for allowing yourselves to unwind years and years and years of programming, spiritual conditioning, restrictions and limitations. Thank you. I love you all with all my heart. Spoiler alert. The secret is there is no secret. Have a great day. Be well.